Orenthal James Simpson, lifestyle and net worth. Orenthal James Simpson, born on July 9, 1947, and died on April 10, 2024, was an American football player, actor, and convicted felon. He played in the National Football League, the NFL, for 11 seasons, primarily with the Buffalo Bills, and is regarded as one of the greatest running backs of all time. His professional success was later overshadowed by his trial and controversial acquittal for the murders of his former wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman, in 1994. Simpson played college football for the USC Trojans, where he won the Heisman Trophy as a senior and was selected first overall by the Bills in the 1969 NFL/AFL draft. During his 9 seasons with the Bills, he received 5 consecutive Pro Bowl and first-team All-Pro selections from 1972 to 1976. He also led the league in rushing yards 4 times, in rushing touchdowns twice, and in points scored in 1975. He became the first NFL player to rush for more than 2,000 yards in a season, earning him NFL Most Valuable Player, the MVP, and is the only NFL player to do so in a 14-game regular season. He holds the record for the single-season yards per game average at 143.1. After retiring with the San Francisco 49ers in 1979, he acted in film and television, became a sports broadcaster, and was a spokesman for a wide variety of products and companies, notably Hertz. He was later inducted into multiple football halls of fame. O.J. had a net worth of approximately $3 million at the time of his death. He was 6 feet 1 inches tall, which is equivalent to 1.85 meters tall. From our fraternity, may O.J. Simpson rest in peace. O.J. Simpson early life. Born in 1947 in San Francisco, California, O.J. was a son of Eunice Simpson, an administrator at a psychiatric ward, and Jimmy Lee Simpson, a cook, Federal Reserve Bank employee, and a custodian for both a bank and a private club. His father was also a well-known drag queen in the San Francisco Bay Area. Later in life, Jimmy Simpson announced that he was gay. He died of AIDS in 1986. Simpson's maternal grandparents were from Louisiana. His aunt gave him the name Orenthal, which she said was the name of a French actor she liked. He was called O.J. from birth and did not know that Orenthal was his given name until a teacher read it in 3rd grade. Simpson had 1 brother, Melvin Leon Truman Simpson, 1 living sister, Shirley Simpson Baker, and 1 deceased sister, Carmelita Simpson Durio. Simpson grew up in San Francisco and lived with his family in the housing projects of the low-income Potrero Hill neighborhood. As a child, Simpson developed rickets and wore braces on his legs until the age of 5, giving him his bow-legged stance. He earned money by scalping tickets and collecting seat cushions at Kazar Stadium. After his parents separated in 1952, when Simpson was 4, he and siblings were raised by their mother. In his early teenage years, Simpson joined a street gang called the Persian Warriors and was briefly incarcerated at the San Francisco Youth Guidance Center. His future wife, Marguerite Whitley, who he dated in high school, described him as really an awful person then. After his 3rd arrest, Simpson happened to meet with baseball star Willie Mays, who encouraged the youth to avoid trouble. He said it helped persuade him to reform. At Galileo High School, now Galileo Academy of Science and Technology, in San Francisco, Simpson played for the school football team, the Galileo Lions. Simpson then earned money by organizing dances and charging admission. He graduated in 1965. O.J. Simpson personal life. On June 24, 1967, Simpson married Marguerite Whitley. Together, they had 3 children: Arnell Simpson, born in 1968, Jason Lamar Simpson, born in 1970, and Aaron Lashwan Simpson, born in 1977 and died in 1970. In August 1979, Aaron drowned in the family's swimming pool. Simpson met Nicole Brown in 1977 while she was working as a waitress at a Beverly Hills nightclub called the Daisy. Although still married to his first wife, Simpson began dating Brown. Simpson and Marguerite divorced in March 1979. During the 1984 Summer Olympics torch relay, Simpson carried the torch on Santa Monica's California Incline Road, running behind Brown. Brown and Simpson were married on February 2, 1985, 5 years after his retirement from professional football. The couple had 2 children, Sydney Brooke Simpson, born in 1985, and Justin Ryan Simpson, born in 1988. The marriage lasted 7 years. Brown claimed that by the end of 1989, police had visited the couple's house 8 times for domestic violence calls, and that police had not helped her in any of them. That year, on December 31st, Brown phoned the police, saying that she thought Simpson was going to kill her. She was found by officers hiding in the bushes outside their home, badly beaten and half-naked. Authorities said Simpson had punched, slapped, and kicked her. He pleaded no contest to spousal abuse. A family friend claimed that Simpson had told Brown's friends that if he ever caught her with anyone, he would kill her. Brown filed for divorce on February 25, 1992, citing irreconcilable differences. This was after finding out about an alleged year-long affair Simpson had had with model Tawny Kitaen. Reports suggest that in 1993, after the divorce, Brown and Simpson made an attempt of reconciliation. In October, Brown called the police to report Simpson being violent again, after he allegedly found a photo of a man Brown had dated while they were separated. Again, officers intervened. The two broke up again, seemingly permanently, in May 1994. According to Sheila Weller, they were a dramatic, fractious, mutually obsessed couple before they married, after they married, after they divorced in 1992, and after they reconciled. In total, prosecutors for Simpson's murder trial found 62 incidents of abusive behavior by Simpson towards Brown. O.J. Simpson legal history. Shortly after midnight on June 13, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend, Ron Goldman, were found stabbed to death in the courtyard outside Brown's condo, in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles. Police determined the murders had taken place on the night of the 12th. Goldman had been there to return to Brown a pair of glasses that her mother had lost earlier that day. The knife used was never found. Simpson was an immediate person of interest in their murders, and there was never any other suspect found. He maintained that on the 12th, he had been at home, waiting for a limousine to take him to an airport for a flight to Chicago. After police gathered all the evidence, charges were filed and a warrant was signed for Simpson's arrest. Simpson, in agreement with his attorneys, was scheduled to turn himself to the Parker Center Police Headquarters on the morning of June 17th. Simpson failed to turn himself in, and he later became the subject of a low-speed pursuit by police while riding as a passenger in a white 1993 Ford Bronco SUV, a vehicle owned and being driven by his former teammate and longtime friend, Al Cowlings. According to Cowlings, Simpson was armed in the back of the vehicle with a pistol, holding it to his head and threatening to shoot himself if he was not taken back to his Brentwood estate. This caused the responding California Highway Patrol officers to pursue with extreme caution. The police closed the nearby highways. As Cowlings rode, Simpson's lawyer, Robert Kardashian, publicly released a letter from him, saying, "Don't feel sorry for me. I've had a great life, great friends. Please think of the real OJ and not this lost person." TV stations interrupted coverage of the 1994 NBA Finals to broadcast the incident live. With an estimated audience of 95 million people, the event was described as the most famous ride on American shores since Paul Revere's. Tens of thousands of people gathered on Los Angeles streets and highways to view the chase. He was arrested shortly before 9 p.m. The incident likely increased sales of the Ford Bronco by an additional 7,000 purchases in 1994, compared to 1993. Many advocates for victims of domestic violence consider Brown's death as instrumental in Congress prioritizing the passage of the Violence Against Women Act. The act, passed in September 1994, created the National Domestic Violence. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel for such interesting content.